SMYN News!
So Joe, what news have you got to show us this week about Konami?
Well, they're still having a shit fit about Kojima.
No
and
shit.
I guess they finally just went ahead and dropped all pretense and just removed Kojima's name from the box art of Phantom Pain.
They're really fucking petty.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really, really petty. I mean, there were two parts, there were two things on the fucking box that linked them to Hideo Kojima. But yet again, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised it is Konami. They are being just little 5-year-olds at this point in the playground, and they can't get their own way without doing something like this because someone shit in their lunchbox.
And they had done this before with the previous, Metal Gear Solid games, whether it was the Legacy Collection. That's even weird. Like, you can't erase history like that.
You can't just retroactively say, oh, Hideo Kojima didn't make this game.
Yeah, so to have the Hideo Kojima game taken off the top, to have the Fox logo of Kojima Productions removed, it's ridiculous. Mm. And yet, you gotta think, the story of what has happened and what has transpired with Konami and Kojima is gotta be so interesting. In a way, almost like what happened with The Last Guardian. That'd be a really interesting story to see as well. Mm. Something big must have happened.
We're never going to hear about it. Yeah. I can guarantee you, because I think Lil Taku put it the best, which is there is no goddamn way that something like this isn't tied up in a million miles of draconian non-disclosure agreements, that Kojima is never allowed to talk about it, and Kojima's employees are never allowed to talk about it.
Well, here's the interesting thing, too. I mean, Kojima could have done a rather scummy thing. Whatever, if it was a power grab, if it could have been something like, oh, the game's taking too long and it's costing too much. We don't know what Kojima's role in this dispute is, and it could have been a scummy thing to do. I mean, I'd like to believe that it's not, because the man's an auteur. He's a genius. Mm. But the interesting thing is that Konami comes off looking like the scumbags because they're awful at PR, they're silent at the wrong times, and they keep doing, as you said, petty shit like this.
Exactly. I mean, I actually saw on Twitter, and I really wish I could find it again, someone had photoshopped this again. They'd kept in a Hideo Kojima game, put a picture of Hideo Kojima in at the bottom left, and just basically had Hideo Kojima all over the place, took off Konami. And just Hideo fucking everywhere. It was great, and I really wish I could find that again. I'm going to have to keep looking for that so I can find it, but that's what I want to see. Because the fans know what we want. Fuck you, Konami, basically.
There's the other comic out there of, Konami and Kojima as, kind of little chibi, just blob sort of figures. And they had, their names over their head as, one's Konami, one's Kojima. And Kojima's, showing MGS5, the Phantom Pain, to Konami, and it's like, I made this. Konami's like, you made this? Gives it to Konami, and Kojima walks away. Then Konami's like, I made this.
That's based off a Nedroid comic.
Yeah. So it applies so perfectly well. And here's the ultimate point I think I want to make with this. And I wanted to make a soapbox about it, but SMYN's coming up soon, and our studio's right now still a mess because of all the moving.
Sorry, my suitcase is still in here.
It's fine. It's whatever. But this is the point I wanted to make, though. And we probably mentioned it before, but it is really worth repeating, especially when this story came up and people were still trying to take this stance. Boycotting this game does nothing but hurt Hideo Kojima.
All boycotting this game is going to do is make Konami think they were right.
It's really the wrong approach to take. And I think, true Metal Gear Solid fans, to see Kojima's real last magnum opus, true Metal Gear Solid fans are not going to want to miss out on that.
No.
And I think you're being foolish if just to think you're going to try to spite Konami financially. Not this game. Hit Konami in the wallet when they try to make the additional Metal Gear Solid games after this like they think they can without Hideo Kojima.
Well, the mobile games.
Boycott those. Give Kojima's last work with this series, the one that he's poured several years of work into, give that its due. It's, in a way, disrespectful not to. Just to think that, my sale that'll show Konami. Show Konami that they're wrong by thinking that they can continue the series without Hideo Kojima. Because let's face it, Konami's pretty much dead in the water after this in terms of console video game production. They'll be fine with the pachinko parlors, they'll be fine with the arcade machines in Japan, but pretty much this is going to be their last big console video game. And they can think they continue because they hire teams from Metal Gear Solid all they want. If they want to continue those games that'll have no soul to them because Hideo Kojima is not behind them, boycott those. Boycotting this one makes zero sense, and I think if you want to do so, well, then you're really not a Metal Gear fan to begin with, and you're being spiteful more to Hideo Kojima and the work he's put in than the company who's been making shitty decisions.
In other news, we should get Hideo Kojima into a Kickstarter or something like that.
I honestly think that might be the next step. Mm-hmm. Unless he's going to like go to some, big company. I mean...
I hope it goes to work for Platinum Games.
Platinum would be a great one. Absolutely.
He and Kamiya are really tight, so...
And, I mean, gosh, you even wonder, like, heaven forbid if EA just throws a pile of money at him just to get him to do something like that.
Come to us. We will let you make all the games. We love you.
Well, I mean, Advanced Warfare, Ben played it. It's basically a Metal Gear game. It's basically a Call of Duty that tried to be a Metal Gear game, to the point where they got Harry Gregson Williams to do the score. So...
It didn't work out for them.
But maybe if they hired Kojima...
Yeah. To hurt the creator, the real creator with the vision and the soul behind the game, I think that's foolish. Boycott the Metal Gear games that come after this that Konami thinks they can make on their own, because they thought they could make Castlevania games without Koji Igarashi, and look how that happened. So
and nobody likes Lords of Shadow. Woo!
Yeah.
Ground Zeroes was pretty good.
I gotta play Ground Zeroes again, just in preparation for Phantom Pain.
You gotta get all the patches.
That's right. Gotta roll around the ground at the beginning and just randomly and see what happens.
Oh, that was beautiful.
I gotta do all the side and extra ops. I haven't done those yet.
Oh, yeah, because Kojima's in Ground Zeroes.
I don't know if it'll let me do the side ops now, because when I was playing, the game crashed right when I finished it.
Oops.
It might. If not, we'll get you through it real quick.
Yeah, before it loaded the very last cutscene, the game crashed. So, yeah. What are your thoughts on the temper tantrum that continues against all odds? Let us know in the comments. I want to know. I want to hear. What should you tell me? Can you show me? I want to know about the Metal Gears like me.
Show me your news!